All right, today we're going to start by teaching you how to take a report that we've created for each campus and how to modify it just slightly so that you can get what's called a temporary group. And then from that group, we will be able to send an email out explaining to folks anything that we need to communicate with them. But in this particular instance, we want you to send them a template that's already been prepared for you that talks about Promotion Sunday. So let's get started. The first place you're going to want to go is into reports. So we're going to click that. Hey, real quick, don't forget to wish Dean Fagley a happy birthday. You can get on and get his cell phone number from F1, and you can send him a wonderful birthday text. So here are my reports. You're going to have one that looks very similar to CBT, Children's Services Attendance, because every time I create something, I create CBT, Children, the ministry, the gathering, which is services, and then attendance, what we're looking at. And so right now we're going to click into Cabot's. And good news, Bernie and Stephanie, you are going to get to see exactly how to do this. So let's say that Bernie and Stephanie both want to send an email communicating with parents. So they want to send it to different groups. So this is, let's say, for Stephanie. So Stephanie will come in here and she'll scroll down. I'm not going to explain all these things, but notice that this shows for last weekend right here occurring within this time period. Well, that's the report that we want to generate most often, is just so we can see who attended our services. So that's why we designed it that way. But we're going to click it right now. And we're just going to make sure that everybody who has been here with us since we've switched over is included in this list. So I'm just going to do the last 3 months. Now, I know that we don't have 3 months of data, but I just want to make sure we get them. This is group attendance, and that, of course, is life groups. We're not worried about that. So we're going to scroll down here to where we get to return activity attendance. Now, again, we don't want the volunteers and staff. We want the participants, and so that's already highlighted. We don't care what activity type it is, because sometimes we remembered to click what type of activity it was. Sometimes we didn't. So we're just going to ignore this because it doesn't matter really to us. These ministries, Cabot Children's Ministries, we're still going to pull from that. The activity type is Cabot Children Services. All right, that stays the same. We want every service, so that doesn't change. But here's where we begin to change it a little. Because again, remember, we just want to get Stephanie set up so that she can send out an email to just the Little Life kids. So again, we're just going to click on this, and it just highlights one of the Little Life groups. And then I'm going to hold down Command or the little squiggly or Control, and it's going to highlight both. The other option is I can choose one and hold down Shift, and it will do the entire line of them. And now I need to make sure to hit Get These Rosters. Now while it loads, here's the cool thing about doing this on video is if I go too fast, rewind the video, pause it, and take a look at it. But now you'll notice that Kid Life has been removed, and so I'm going to hit zeros, hold down my Shift button, and go all the way through 4s and 5s, because that is Stephanie's flock, her span of care. Now we've done that. We're not going to worry about breakout groups, so we need to make sure to ignore this. Not going to worry about volunteer staff types, ignore this. Staff jobs, ignore this. Now here's one of the things we've done. We're going to, it's good. We're just saying, what do we want to display? We're going to pick out the roster just so we can see the age. That's already selected for you. First name, last name, that's already there. Not going to worry about age, not going to worry about date of birth. But here is, we're not going to worry about any of the individual fields because that's the kid. And we don't want the kid's information. So we want to come down here to household fields. And we want to make sure that the household full name, so that's the person that is over the household. That's their name. So we're going to scroll down. We want to make sure that home email, head email, and spouse email preferred are all in there. We just want to make sure that we're communicating to as many people as we can. And actually, you know what we're going to do? I'm just going to hold down the Command or the Control key, and I'm just going to get rid of home email and just make sure that we have the head email's preferred email address and the spouses. That way that we're not sending multiple emails to somebody. All right, so that is, we've selected what we want to see in this report, but now we're going to switch it up, and the output type that we want to see is no longer an Excel file. That's typically what we want to get. We want to get an Excel file so we can see the names of who was there. Whoops. And there is a notification. Yep, they're still invited. Renee is in. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch Excel, and we're going to do instead a temporary group. So we choose that. And again, it says output from this report will be named CBT Children's Services Attendance. Now, here's the good news. I'm going to change that, because what this now becomes is CBT Little Life Services Attendance. It's not going to change the name of this report. It's just going to change the name of the temporary group. So I'm going to click Run Report. And now you'll notice that the scroll bar is moving up top, and it brings me to my queue. You can see I've already been playing with this for a little bit. But here you'll notice that now it is pending, and so here I can keep hitting refresh. And so still not ready, it's still pending, it's still pulling and processing all the data, and now it is finished. So now if we come over here to groups, and again click over to the portal, top bar, groups, we're going to view all groups. And now we're going to look at the temporary groups. And there they are, the Cabot Little Life Services Attendance. So guys, we're going to stop right there. And then the next video will show you how to send an email from this temporary group we've just built.